I could be content with my career. 5 years in, I had played in the Pro Bowl. I had, by the grace of God, played and starred in the Super Bowl, had an historical moment and catch. What more could what more could I really ask for?
Manning takes the snap, back to throw, under pressure, avoids the rush, and he's going to fight out of it, still fights out of it. Now throws it deep downfield, wide open Tyree, who makes the catch.
When you look at the fans and the excitement, the historical components, that I give honor to God and I celebrate it with all the fans of sports culture, and so it was just an honor to be a part of something that that was so I guess celebrated historically. I knew that there was so much more beyond this football field, and that's what the journey was about for me. When I came home, I promised to give God all the glory. Do our fans mean more than our position in eternity? And that's what I believe, that marriage is a reflection of. Marriage is the only relationship that actually mirrors a relationship with God. It's very unique in that way. And so I am disappointed when there's not enough guys who would dethrone their platform and cast down their crowns to lift up something as honorable and near to God's heart as marriage. Our society permeates those three things, for men especially: sexual conquest, economic prowess, and they're extremely unfulfilling. I at the height of my moment that actually led me, I realized that I had athletic prowess, sexual conquest, and at a very young stage, economically well, in my early career. And I was at the lowest point of my life. It was extremely unfulfilling. And so not to say that they're all bad things in and of themselves, but if they're the central focus of our being, and that's the message that we're sending our children, you're setting up our generations to live unfulfilled, purposeless lives. It says that you don't need a mother or a father. I think that has to be one of the loudest messages that ring forth. I know this. I was impacted severely. My father was in my life, but I was impacted severely because he wasn't in the home. And and then you have fathers who may be in the home, but it's almost like they're not in the home, and that's impacting on a child. This is what I do know: you can't teach something that you don't have. So two men will never be able to show a woman how to be a woman. And that's just simple. And that's just, for lack of better terms, common sense. I'm not political. I approach more from an angle of prayer. As much as people, are going to voice their opinions and, and make those pushes in a negative direction, I feel like, athletes, believers, or people who are very strong toward marriage, especially in places of position, need to, really take this opportunity to voice it. And I think we're doing ourselves a great injustice, as well as for those Christians or believers, we're doing God an injustice by not, making his heart known to our country. I want to identify my life with the Lord Jesus in every way. I realized that when he hung on that cross, he identified, himself with me, and I wasn't really worthy of that. So I count it double honor just to be who I am. And it's not about, establishing a theocracy. It's about what's right. It's about, how can marriage be marriage for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden, because a minority, an influential minority, has a push or an agenda, and totally reshape something that was not founded in our country, not founded, by man. And it's something that's holy and sacred. And I think there's nothing more honorable worth fighting for, especially if we really care about our future generations. If they pass this gay marriage bill, I guess you could say my peace is in God's sovereignty. But what I know will happen if this does come forth is this will be the beginning of our country sliding toward it's a strong word, but anarchy. The moment we have, and if you trace back even to other cultures, other countries, that will be the moment where our society in itself loses its grip with what's right. And, you know, I do believe that there is right and wrong. I do believe that there is good and evil. I believe that many things are subjective, but I don't believe that truth is subjective. And so, you know, marriage is one of those things that, you know, is the backbone of society. So if you redefine it, it changes, you know, the way we educate our children. It changes the way, you know, the perception of what is good, what is right, and what is just. How you doing? This is David Tyree. Played a few years with the New York Giants. I'm not sure if that's your sports team, but if not, I still love you. The other thing I want you to understand is that you are a man of integrity, and I want you to continue to stand for your stance on what a marriage is. A marriage is honorable in the sight of God between a man and a woman, meant so that you could continue to procreate and be a demonstration of God's heart, His life, His joy, and His peace. Know that I love you. You have a giant in your corner, but more importantly, you have a giant God who loves you and loves for what you stand for. God bless you.